Lately, I have been given a couple of exercises to do by my counselor, kind of introspective questions, which I love. I love to talk about myself. I love to talk. I love to write, read anything that has to do with letters and words and writing. It's just for me, anything. So, without beating about the bush, what I'm trying to say is that in these questions, there are questions for you to do, like questions about yourself. Sometimes some things are so obvious, but yet you have never really probably thought about it. When we were young, I remember we used to have these, diaries in which we used to write our preferences, our favorite food, favorite color, best friends, what are your dreams, what are your aspirations, what are the things you like about yourself, things like that. So then when you start to become adult, slowly you stop dreaming, you stop liking yourself, you start to see perhaps yourself from the eyes of other people. You start to perhaps become a bit more serious and practical, and you forget sometimes who you really were. If I have to make a retrospection, think about who I was in my childhood, in my adolescence, in university, and till now, I see that I have transformed a lot, not necessarily for the best or for the worst, but in both ways. I no longer recognize the person that I used to be a couple of years ago. And the major lesson that I retain from that introspection is that I have really stopped loving and honoring and respecting myself since a long time, and I need to work on that because I love life, and I believe in God. I believe that each person is sent for a special purpose and that everyone is special, but you have to become aware of it. I believe in love for humanity. I believe in leaving something good for other people. I believe in developing your talents or your passion and your potential. I believe in loving yourself. So I just don't want to anymore do that injustice to myself, where I'm just constantly killing myself with overthinking or negative thinking, and always letting as if my dreams, I'm killing my own dreams. The thing is, when you become an adult, it's true that sometimes you have time constraints, you have energy limitations, because most of us, we have a job that consumes a huge part of our lives. But even if we don't have the job, sometimes in adulthood you're confronted with a lot of responsibilities. You're no longer a teenager. You can't always escape from all situations. So people rely on you sometimes, and it's not as fun as probably adolescence is. But then nothing is permanent in life. You can't always be a child. You can't always be an adolescent, always have fun and just be young forever. You have to face the change and gracefully move with it, adapt with it. Having said that, I do believe that God did not create us to torture us either. He doesn't want us to be unhappy, driving ourselves crazy. He wants us to also enjoy this life in a good way, healthy way, moderate way. And I don't know what happens, but I have noticed that most of the time it's intelligent people, super talented, gifted, kind, loving, really amazing people who tend to suffer the most. These people give a lot of love to other people, but they punish themselves, they hate themselves. So it's really counterproductive, it's really contradictory, as we say. I know it doesn't make sense, but I don't know why we do it. I am also one of these people who does that, unfortunately. Like, now I am becoming aware of it and I'm working on it, but I am aware that I need to take it easy on myself. I deserve a lot of love. I deserve, even if people around me might not be giving it to me, I should not be doing that injustice to myself, because I know that I am not a bad person. I'm a very good person. I try my best, even if I'm not perfect. I don't try to hurt people on purpose, as far as I can know. If I have done that, then I hope that God will forgive me. But yeah, I think the journey is actually quite beautiful. The journey hasn't yet begun, I always believe, but there are some changes, some chances, some choices to make, some risks to take. I always believe in risks, because there are people who think that they will not sacrifice something to get another thing. This is totally not true. You always have to weigh the opportunity cost. What is more important to you? For example, if you want to diet, you will have to be able to not eat the unhealthy food because you want to become slim more than wanting to indulge in that food. It's just a question of priority. How bad do you want it? So yeah, those are just a couple of random thoughts of mine about self-love, which is still, I find, the most difficult thing in the entire world to do, to love yourself when you feel like, around you, you see very little people really love themselves unconditionally.